Yo,
Yo, what's up?
hey, what's good? There we
How you
go.
doing?
Good, bro. I'm chilling, man. Man,
What's up?
absolutely been a pleasure, bro, the last couple of weeks, bro. I know, man, our story is funny, and I want to talk about it. So
Yeah,
how did you come about, reaching out to me and, tell me how that went initially?
it was the viral TikTok that I saw of you,
Yes, sir.
and then I went to your Instagram and then I texted you, and then
Yes,
we
sir.
like you hit me back first, and then like it
Yeah.
took a couple of weeks for you to hit me back again, but
Uh-huh.
and
But
then
it's funny
that's how,
because at the beginning you're like, well, speak a little bit about yourself, bro. How old are you? Where are you from? You know, what is it? What are you interested in?
I'm 18 from Arizona, and I just like to play soccer.
Yes, sir.
That's really it, main hobby. That's it right now.
Yes, sir. And you reached out to me, you had a bad experience, and then ever since then, you kind of just went in like a downward spiral, and then you started getting the severe anxiety. Talk a little bit about how that happened.
Yeah, I had that bad experience. Then I didn't really know what I was experiencing at the time.
Yeah.
Then I did some more research, which probably shouldn't have.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I don't know
Same.
in that, but did some more research, and then I came across what DPDR was.
Exactly.
Then I saw that like some of the symptoms they kind of made sense to what I was going through, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh wow, maybe I have that. And then I saw your video,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, wow, I should probably reach out to this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And how long were you struggling before you reached out to me?
I think it was like 2, 3 months.
2, 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah. How bad would you say it was? 1 to 10.
I'd say like a 9, bro. It
Yeah, I
was
know. You
really,
reached out to me and you're like, man, like my mental health is absolutely in the gutter. Like I don't know what else to do, right?
yeah, it was
Man,
terrible. It was a
I
mess.
100%, bro. Exactly how I was, bro. Um, yeah, talk a little bit about your symptoms. Like, just touch on them like briefly.
It was mainly just like over analyzation of everything, bro. Every time I'd have a conversation, like my head was in constant circles. It's probably hard to understand if you like don't know if you never been through it, but
Of course. And the disconnection from reality and,
yeah,
all that.
yeah,
Perfect.
just
Yeah.
questioning everything like someone's saying to you, questioning everything you say.
Yes, yes,
It's
big
crazy.
one. Crazy. It's a crazy experience, but man, I'm glad we got you over that. And just here to congratulate you and celebrate
Thank
everything
you.
you've been through, bro. So yeah, I mean, you hit me back up, and then it's funny because we started talking a little bit in the DMs, and then you were kind of like, I need the help, and then I was like, here's what we're gonna do, and you almost like were skeptical, right? Talk about the
Yeah.
yeah, how skeptical you were at the beginning. You even like thought I was a scammer, etc. Talk
Yeah,
about
I
that.
was very skeptical because,
Of
like online scamming is a thing, but like
course.
in the back of my head, I was like, this would be a really weird, like, way to scam someone. This is like probably not a big genre and area of scamming to go on.
Uh-huh.
But I talked to some of your other clients and they like helped me out
For
and
sure. For sure.
just made the decision a lot easier.
For sure. Would you say that being skeptical comes naturally with the condition since you already are
Oh yeah.
anxious?
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
obviously.
Yeah. I
You're
think so too. Like, I've had a couple of people actually be skeptical, like, just like you, bro. And I actually probably sent you a screenshot of
yeah.
a past client that's also being skeptical. But yeah, for the people out there listening, like it comes with the condition. Like you think things are too good to be true at the same time you're dealing with all these symptoms. I completely feel that. All right, cool. And
Mhm.
cool. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, after that, we worked it out together. We got on a call. I told you, man, I can help you, and if you need your mom to talk to me, then we got
Yeah.
that. I talked to your mom, super
Yeah.
nice lady. I even got her Instagram, super nice lady. And you told me that recently you overheard her talking in the living room, how much I helped you. Talk about that.
Yeah, I just overheard her say like how she was like that kid helped our son so much, and then obviously she was talking about you, but
Yeah.
like she didn't hear me, or I don't think she knew that I heard her,
Right,
but
right, right.
yeah,
Fire,
but that
man.
was like,
No, that probably
oh,
feels amazing, bro.
yeah,
Probably
it
feels
did feel
amazing.
really good.
Amazing, bro. Cool. And let's see. I got a couple list of questions. Yeah, what were your most challenging? symptoms in terms of, what really bothered you to the point that, I know you were also dealing with some depression too, which is normal. I dealt with that as well, bro.
Yeah. Uh, Depression is obviously a big one, but
Yeah.
I think like anxiety is obviously there, but that's something I always struggled with. But
Correct.
I don't know. I think it was just like feeling so detached from reality and everything, like always questioning what I was doing. Like, oh, is this normal? That's like something I'd always say in my head.
Yeah,
Like,
is that normal? Is that normal? And then you would
is
try
this
to get all
normal?
that reassurance.
Yeah,
100%.
just that constant like obsession of being normal and like
Literally.
letting that go and just like being yourself. Like that's the best feeling.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%. And what made you decide to reach out to me, and find like reach out for help because you knew you needed it?
I asked like other people, which was
Mhm.
obviously not best thing to do, like talking about it, but and they just didn't really know what that was or anything. I was like, "Do you know what this is?" And they were like, "No, I have no
Nah,
clue." And
nah, they
then
don't
I was
know.
like, "If this guy supposedly knows what he's talking about, might as well just ask him."
100%. And did you ever think about going to therapy or like reaching out to someone else?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I
And
uh
how
I
come you
went to
didn't?
therapy like a while ago, like
Uh-huh.
maybe like 4 months ago, but like I didn't like it. Like the therapist wasn't that great. Kind of just
Mhm.
talked the whole time, didn't really let me talk, and I was just like, all right, there's no
Damn.
point in this.
Damn. How many
So,
sessions?
it was just one session,
Just
but
one
I was
session.
like, yeah, didn't go well. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going back there.
Yeah, man, it's tough, bro. Kidus, I've talked to so many people recently where like they literally have gone to every therapist, every
Mhm.
doctor, and like they get no answers. Like straight
Yeah,
up say like this is just anxiety. But bro, if I were to tell you at the beginning this is just anxiety, you're gonna look at me like, man, you like do you even know what you're talking about? Like I'm going through crazy symptoms. This is not just anxiety. So, it's unfortunate our system how it works, especially in the US,
mhm.
but actually all over the world, where like they're just gonna put you on pills, bro. It's just like they put you on pills and at a certain point you have no choice but to take them, and that doesn't mean
Yeah,
it's not going to do anything for you.
yeah.
So
Well, definitely won't.
it won't. So what were your first impressions of my coaching program, and did I help you at the begin, like right at the beginning when we started? Like where was your head at?
Well, at first, like in the program, I think everybody probably gets that initial feeling. Like I was very skeptical, which I already was skeptical, and then like seeing what the program was, which I'm not gonna really like speak about too much,
Right,
but
right.
I was like, 3 weeks in, I was still skeptical. I was like, I didn't understand it, but I definitely was like, how is this gonna help me? How I don't get how
Yeah,
this
and
is
we
gonna
talked
help.
about that, right? We talked a long time
Yeah,
about like, not only trusting the process, but going into depth on exactly what it is, like a lot of brain stuff we talked about, how this is actually helping, aligning you with your true self and how we're going to rewire your brain.
yeah. Just like actually falling in love with the process and then just forgetting about everything else. That is just like what's gonna help you, and that's what helped me. And when
100%.
I shifted my focus from like getting rid of this thing to just like bettering myself, that's what ultimately made me
100%.
better.
100%. And honestly, Caduce, I feel like I didn't do a good enough job to like sustain that mindset in you because it's very easy to just do things just to try to get rid of it. Like I told you, it's not gonna happen
Yeah.
that way. Like I'm like, everything I told you to do, we're not doing it because we want to get rid of it. We're doing it to try to align us to
Mhm.
align, not try to align us with our higher selves.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to understand. So I feel like
Oh
I should have
yeah.
done a better job there. But once that clicked for you, I feel like everything changed, right?
Yeah. About like week 3, like that clicked. And then
Everything clicked.
I went full in and I was just like after that I was good.
Exactly. Literally, like, man, neuroplasticity and how the brain works, it can happen almost instantly, bro. And a lot of people that like are skeptical, I reach out to me because they're like, how can it happen so quick? But at the end of the day, you literally just said it yourself. In 1 week, everything changed for you.
Yep.
100%, bro.
Exactly.
And what specific part of the program like really resonated with you? Like, what was your favorite part about just having me, like working with me one on one throughout this last month?
Um Definitely just always having like someone there to talk to. That's
Yeah.
like so well so well what's the word?
Like educated or
Yeah, educated on the topic and just knows everything, and always having that ability to just like text you right away, and then always getting a
exactly,
response like, oh, getting that reassurance, you're gonna be good, just keep pushing, this is what you need to do. And like with
exactly.
me, I always wanted it to be like gone right away, which you probably remember. And I
Of
just
course,
wanted it to be easy, but it's not easy process, and it's
not
gonna
easy.
take a long, not a long time, but it takes hard work, and
It's hard
I
work
just
and
had to
it's
stick to it.
exactly, exactly. And I like that you said correct yourself. It's not about the time specifically. It's about whether it clicks for you and whether you allow yourself to understand the process.
Yeah,
Um, I'm sure you could have seen results even sooner, but of course,
yeah,
it takes time to honestly like develop, your openness in a way. Because when
mhm,
you're in that state of DPDR, like you're hyper focused on the
yeah,
symptoms, trying to get rid of it. Like you don't see anything. Like you're all
yeah.
just
You
focused
don't.
on the symptoms. You don't see clear. So that's why I try to tell people that, the current version, the version that was struggling is not the version you're going to be once you overcome it. So you do really have to embody a new person. Um, and therefore, magic happens literally.
Yeah, it does.
Cool, bro. And talk about the pivotal moment in your recovery. Talk about that shift that you made from, week 2 and week 3.
I think like
And what did
at
that feel like? What did that feel like?
the end of week two, I was probably like, I think I was like a little upset that I wasn't like seeing the progress that I wanted.
Mhm.
And then right before week three, I was like, all right, I gotta change it. I gotta go full in because I was kind of slacking, you know. I wasn't giving
Yeah,
my 110%. And then I told you I'm gonna give 110% this week. And then at the end of that week, I was like, all right, this kind of makes sense now. Just like,
yeah, of course.
because I was so focused on the process and I just forgot about everything else. I wasn't even thinking about the DPDR or anything
That's the
throughout
key.
the whole day and everything. I was just like, this thing doesn't really matter if it's all just in my head. And if I can just focus on what I have to do, then it doesn't really matter.
Perfect, bro. And what did that feel like to finally like oh my God, I kind of clicked, like I figured it out. Like was it relieving? Was it freeing?
Yeah,
Like
it was very
yeah,
relieving, you know, just to
yeah.
like finally feel like, wow, like this is nothing to me. Like I'm gonna be fine. Like I'm good, you know.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, man, 100%. Cool, cool, cool. What role did consistency and discipline play in this process for you?
That's the whole thing, you know.
That's the whole thing.
You just have to stay consistent. And if you don't have discipline, it's not gonna work at all.
It's not
If
gonna
you
work.
are
But
not
you were
putting,
undisciplined, correct? It's not like you have to be born with discipline. All you have to do is do it, you know?
oh yeah,
So, it's almost like discipline's almost like a muscle. You have to
mm,
constantly be doing it and then you get better at it as a practice.
it is. You just have to keep working on it, and you know it'll become just an everyday thing. You know, it just
It just
gets easier and easier.
it becomes a normal. Exactly, exactly. And man, how does life feel now compared to, a month ago?
A lot, more stress free. You know, just like
100%.
waking up, just like not worried about such little things, and just going on throughout the day, just being more productive. You know, and
Mhm.
then just less anxiety,
Of course.
just happier. You know.
Just happier. And are you looking forward to a good future, bro, where you can take all these lessons you learned and apply them to your life because they apply directly to your life.
Yes, sir, man. I know, like, it's good to have all this knowledge now because if I ever get like this again, you know, I could just go back to this and
Yeah, yeah, and
no,
that's the
I'll be
thing.
fine.
That's the thing, Kidus. You can never go back and develop the disorder again. And that's something I found
Mm,
out myself because once you know the principles that we learned, then you know how to break the cycle
mm,
before it even starts, correct?
yeah,
So like you're not gonna go down that rabbit hole of searching on Google. If anything, worst case scenario, bro, for whatever reason in the world, you get a panic attack again and you're a little confused, you hit me up, and then from there, in in a couple messages, I can tell you exactly, how to handle that, and then you're good to go. Like you can never actually develop the disorder again, so there's
yeah,
nothing to worry about.
mm,
But just to touch up on that, feelings of depersonalization, derealization are normal. Episodes of it are normal. They come with anxiety, especially if we deal with it severely. But as you know how to deal with anxiety now. You understand the definition of it. You know what it means.
Yeah.
So you're not scared of that feeling because, bro, you slayed that dragon. Once you slayed that dragon, the dragon's dead. You know, maybe
Mhm.
the head and the tail wiggle a little bit, but nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. Cool, bro. And what are some things you're doing now that you thought you were yeah, you might never do again before when you were struggling?
Um, that's a tough question.
Think about
Um,
it, because remember, like for example, for me, bro, I genuinely never thought that I was going to be able to go to the gym every day and just chill. I didn't think that I was going to be able to be outgoing. I didn't think I was going to be able to be in front of a camera. Like I didn't think I was going to be able to, live stress free without all these freaking thoughts like killing me. You feel me?
I guess I could say like doing this, but like
Literally
um,
doing this right
doing
now.
this was
Facts.
crazy. I don't think
Doing
I'd ever be able to do this.
100%.
But I don't know, just being a lot more like social, like especially with my family, with my friends, like with my soccer team, just talking a lot more. That's something I definitely wasn't doing in the past.
100%. Good, bro. And man, I'm glad that I helped you, through that process. I'm glad that, we work together and now you can be vocal and you can talk and you can do basically anything you want to at this point, bro. But yeah, man, bright future ahead, bro, of course. And
Yeah.
how do you feel like the whole process changed you as a person? What did you
Um,
learn? Like, kind of like, what did you learn from that experience and how are you going to take those lessons and apply them to your life now?
well, I definitely like learned a lot more about the brain and like the power of the brain itself. And then also like my confidence was very low before,
Of course,
which is obvious, but now that's a lot higher. I could be a lot more confident in social situations and every situation in
every
life and just
situation.
kind of have that a more confident approach towards everything as I go throughout life.
Amazing, amazing, exactly. And what a lot of people don't know is that confidence plays a huge role in the recovery process. Like,
Mhm.
if obviously have to put in the work, but once you gain that confidence, it's like I can do anything, right? And
Yeah.
how has your performance been in soccer games, for example? Has it
Definitely been better. Not
good, man?
thinking as much, just being able to be fully inside the game. That's been definitely helping me for sure.
Perfect, bro. Perfect. And man, what would you say to someone right now that's struggling and thinks that recovery is impossible?
Um, One thing I would say, don't worry about the recovery, but just worry about the process. Don't worry about getting rid of this thing, but just worry about the process and just fall in love with the process and bettering yourself every day.
Correct, correct. And let's say someone were to tell you, Kidus, you're a liar. Recovery is impossible. What would you say? Like, would you tell them, man, I did it. Like I've literally done it like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I would tell them I did it, you've done it. It is possible. It's just you can't focus on it and you just have to every day just want to be better and get better. And that's it. And stay disciplined. And that's
Perfect,
all.
perfect. And that's exactly how rewiring the brain works, bro. Perfect. And is there any advice you give to someone that's currently considering joining my program, is kind of on the fence like you were?
I'd say think of it as an investment for yourself, you know, living with this thing that people have sometimes lived for like over 10 years, which is crazy, is something you don't want to do.
Mm-mm.
You can just take the investment, better yourself, and then be a whole different person.
Be a whole different person. Exactly. And would you recommend this to someone, let's say one of your friends, or maybe someone that's like across the world, but you're talking to, and he has DPR, she has DPR. Would you recommend my program to this
Of
person?
course, 100% would recommend. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me with other things in my life and everything.
Amazing, amazing. And what's one thing you wish you had known, when you first started experiencing DPDR?
Um, don't research it, don't talk about it, and then just try and focus on other things. That sounds
Mhm.
so hard when you're so hyper fixated on it and everything, but just try to distract yourself every day. Go out, do different hobbies, go talk with friends, go talk with people you love, and that's it.
100%. And would you recommend a straightforward, strict approach or kind of more laid back?
Straightforward. If it's laid back, nothing's gonna work. Um,
There we go.
you have to be completely strict on yourself and do everything.
100%. And I remember, the first 2 weeks, I knew you were doing better and I knew you were giving it effort, but I realized that I have to do a better job of telling him that this needs to be 110%. Because if you're not 110%, you will not go anywhere. So talk a little bit about how did you get yourself to get into that mindset of okay, fuck all my symptoms. I'm gonna go, balls to the wall and get this done.
I was like, after week two, I was obviously not where I wanted to be, and I was like, what's the point in doing this if I'm not gonna just give it my all? So I was like, I don't want to
Exactly.
live like this forever. I just want to be better. And then once you like f figure out that it's like it's you or whatever like terrible thoughts you're thinking, you just like, all right, I'm gonna change this. And then I went 110% in, and then that's all it took.
100%, bro. 100%. And what would you tell someone that, is currently, struggling financially, and they have the money, but they're very scared to put forth the money to actually, get themselves out of this state. What would you say to those people?
I would tell them to talk to you and like obviously work something out because me and you worked something out that worked. Like I didn't have all the money at that point, but we worked it out. We made an agreement, and then yeah, we just came to agreement on something that would work. And
100%. And yeah, I want the people to know that Kidus's situation was very special. Um, you know, I this was also this was like a month and a half ago when we first started. My business is a little bit different now. Kidus, what do you think about one-time payments? One-time payments that way, from the start you have to go all in.
I feel like that's better, just getting it all out and then just fully committing right away.
Boom,
Just
boom.
100% diving in, giving it your all right from there is probably the best choice.
I agree. I agree. And, would you say you would have done that at the beginning, or now that you recovered, you kind of like, oh, that's definitely the move,
At the beginning, it would have been very hard to just
right?
give that all up right away, but I don't know, knowing that everything that is entailed in the program, it's definitely worth it. But that might be
Absolutely.
hard to see for someone that's struggling in the moment.
100%, 100%. I could also see how that would be hard, 100%.
Yeah.
But now like that is the way to go for sure.
Mhm.
Cool, bro. We're almost done, I think. Yeah, is there any advice for people out there struggling, 18, 19, 20-year-olds just like yourself that are struggling, 9 out of 10, just like you, don't know how to get out of it, what would you tell them? What's a piece of advice?
Um, Really, the only thing I could say is stop worrying about it, but that's obviously so hard to do. But it's just like immerse yourself in new things every day,
Ooh, good
find new
word.
habits,
Good word.
find stuff you've never done before, and then just fully immerse
Nice.
your body, your mind, everything in it, and just
Good.
fall in love with new stuff, fall in
Love
love
it.
with a bunch of different things. And when you're doing something, put all your concentration on it. When you're working out, when you're reading, when you're in school, whatever it is, just fully focus on that. And then just
Amazing.
forget about everything else. And then one day you'll be good.
Very good advice, bro. Very good advice. Man, amazing, bro. I feel like I had one more question. Let me think. Oh yeah, how do you think that wait, no, my went blank. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. How important is it to you to get out of your comfort zone and break those self-limiting beliefs? Get out of your old way because we talked a lot about this. Your old person is the old caduce. How important is it to embody a new person?
Um, it's very important. It might feel a little weird at first, but like almost like tricking your mind into thinking like, oh, I'm this person. I'm better than that. I can do this. Once you start
100%.
like fully believing that, it'll like you'll start to become that. And once you change your thoughts into what you believe, that's just what you'll become. And
Boom,
then your
boom,
brain will
boom,
be
boom.
rewired and you'll be 100%.
Boom. Perfectly said, Kidus. Man, what a freaking philosopher. Perfect. And bro, what do you think that, people out there struggling that, you know, should they receive help from a specialist, like someone like me? How important was that for you, and how long do you think it would have taken for you to make a quick sorry, how long would it take, would it have taken to make that recovery without my help?
Probably would have taken like 6 months to a year,
Yeah, yeah,
but
100%.
because I didn't know anyone that knew about this stuff. I had asked therapists, I had asked other people, but they didn't know anything. And then just going to a specialist who actually knows, who's actually been through this stuff, uh, that's a big help. And just going to you and everything that you told me that made my recovery a lot faster.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I also, man, I wish I had someone like me, bro. I wish I had to
Yeah.
struggle for so long, bro. I had no one. Like,
Mhm.
I can say like, I don't know how I made it out. I do know how I made it out, but it's like thinking back on, it's like, bro, I don't like it's almost surreal that I really did this shit myself, bro. But I'm glad I get to be that person. I got to be that person for you, and I'm that person for other people as well, Caduce.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Bro, congratulations, man. We'll be in touch, man.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be checking up on you and seeing how you're doing, if you're succeeding, if you're working hard. No slacking off ever in life.
Yeah.
Um, but just so people know, you don't have to consistently and like always be, like the most disciplined person ever, right? It's just that phase that you have to go through, correct?
Yeah. Exactly. It's just that phase, changing yourself back into that person you were, that person you want to become.
Want to
That's the
become.
key point. Yep.
Perfect, bro. Perfect. Man, I wish you the best, and we're going to stay in touch, brother.
All right.
Caduce, all love, bro.
All
Be the
right. I'll
man.
see you, man.
Peace.